He told his MPs he would have to be dragged out of Downing Street. Today, however, reality dawned on Boris Johnson. With resignation after resignation mounting and too few MPs available to appoint to cabinet jobs, the Prime Minister accepted his time at number 10 is coming to a close.
He needs to go completely. None of this nonsense about clinging on for a few months. He's inflicted lies, fraud and chaos in the country. And, we're stuck with a government which isn't functioning in the middle of a cost of living crisis. And all of those that have been propping him up should be utterly ashamed of themselves.
He's agreed to stand down as Tory leader and as PM, with a timeline for his departure yet to be confirmed. For some voters, it's been a long time coming.
How many resignations will it take?
The straw that broke the camel's back was the partying and the lying, because a lot of us made sacrifices in COVID.
And I'm so sick of him. I think the whole rotten lot need to go. And I think he's doing an enormous amount of damage to politics in this country because the whole lot are being tarred with his brush.
A number of potential successors for Boris Johnson are already said to be preparing campaigns. Nadhim Zahawi, appointed only 2 days ago as Chancellor, this morning called on Mr Johnson to go now. Rishi Sunak, the former Chancellor and one of the favourites, and Sajid Javid, the first cabinet member to resign, are all said to be interested. For Johnson, however, the next steps are unclear. The appointment of an ally, despite being warned of allegations of serious misconduct, proving to be one scandal too many. So the door closes on Boris Johnson and another opens. Eyes in Dublin and Brussels among those watching closely to see who the next occupant of 10 Downing Street will be. Richard Chambers, Virgin Media News.
Well, let's cross over live now to 10 Downing Street, where Boris Johnson has begun to speak.
Every part of the United Kingdom. And if we can do that in this country, we will be the most prosperous in Europe. And in the last few days, I've tried to persuade my colleagues that it would be eccentric to change governments when we're delivering so much and when we have such a vast mandate and when we're actually only a handful of points behind in the polls, even in mid-term after quite a few months of pretty relentless sledging, and when the economic scene is so difficult domestically and internationally. And I regret not to have been successful in those arguments, and of course it's painful not to be able to see through so many ideas and projects myself. But as we've seen at Westminster, the herd instinct is powerful. When the herd moves, it moves. And my friends, in politics, no one is remotely indispensable. And our brilliant and Darwinian system will produce another leader equally committed to taking this country forward through tough times, not just helping families to get through it, but changing and improving the way we do things, cutting burdens on businesses and families, and yes, cutting taxes, because that is the way to generate the growth and the income we need to pay for great public services. And to that new leader, I say, whoever he or she may be, I say I will give you as much support as I can. And to you, the British public, I know that there will be many people who are relieved, and perhaps quite a few who will also be disappointed. And I want you to know how sad I am to be giving up the best job in the world. But them's the breaks. I want to thank Carrie and our children and all the members of my family who have had to put up with so much for so long. I want to thank the peerless British Civil Service for all the help and support that you have given our police, our emergency services, and of course our fantastic NHS, who at critical moment helped to extend my own period in office, as well as our armed services and our agencies that are so admired around the world, and our indefatigable Conservative Party members and supporters whose selfless campaigning makes our democracy possible.